Saturday, October 30th. Tomorrow's Halloween. And it's dreary and wet. It's going to be rainy again today. But maybe not quite as chilly. Dennis thought it would be in the 60s. So I took off my warmer sweater and put on a not quite so warm sweater. Sweater weather though. Good morning, it's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee on this gloomy Saturday. But I don't know. I'm not even sure if we need the rain or not. When Michelle came to pick up her check yesterday, she was saying that the reason they couldn't come while we were on vacation was 2 giant trees just uprooted and fell over because it's so wet. Well, we've had a lot of rain, but it's been a few weeks since we had our deluge. And we had some nice days in between, although I don't know how much it rained while we were in North Carolina. It didn't rain in North Carolina, but we're far enough away to have very different weather. Anyway, so I slept very well last night. I'm feeling good, even though it's not sunny, so that's a good sign. I went to bed at a reasonable hour and got up a little earlier than I normally do. Dennis's tea needs plunged. I'll be right back. I'm glad my mother didn't hear me. Needs to be plunged. He didn't sleep great, so he's sleeping a little longer, but he didn't have any tea made, so I made some tea. And I'll take it up to him in about a half an hour. Give him a little more time to sleep. So, yesterday I was feeling very blah, emotionally, physically, kind of a blah-ish day. But I did a few things. I did another pass at my cards. I should be able to finish them today, I would think. And I did fix my cowl. And I read a new book. I started Leviathan Wakes, and I forget who it's by, but it's the Escape series? No, it starts with an E. Expanse? Maybe it's Expanse? Leviathan Wakes is the name of the book I'm reading. It's the first book. This was recommended to me, I'm pretty sure, by someone at Nag said, and now I can't remember who it was. I don't know. I don't think it was Lee. He gave me some other recommendations that I'm not finding in my library electronically. So, oh, is it raining, puppy? You're a little bit wet. You're a little bit wet. My water girl, she doesn't care if she's wet or not, right? You're my water girl. You don't care if you're wet. Only a little bit, so it's only sprinkling. Which would explain why Pearl's in the house. Anyway, I'm really enjoying the book. I'm more than halfway through it, so I will be finishing it today. So that's the only thing I'm promising. But I will show you my... So it turns out my problem with my cowl was, I'm quite sure, a failed magic knot. Because what I ended up with looked a lot like when you snip your yarn to do an afterthought heel. And so, it doesn't look great from the back, but so I had to actually take it further apart because I needed the little ends to be long enough that I could weave them in. And then I picked up all the stitches. I had a little bit of a drop stitch there that I did not fix. And I put them on the needle, and I did a Kitchener stitch, which was great, and it looks great, except that I did it on the inside instead of on the outside. So, so I have a purl ridge. I have a purl ridge on the outside of my cowl. However, It's a scrunchy cowl. You're never going to know. Here, I'll put it on. I'll put it on, and I'll put that right in the front somehow, if I can. Okay, it's right here. So there it is, right in the front. Yeah, it won't make any difference. So I decided not to go back and try to take out what I had just kitchenered. But anyway, it's, you know, visible mending. That's it. It's visible mending. Now, where the heck is it? Let's see. There it is. It's visible mending. It's not so visible. Well, and I did it in the same yarn. I did the kitchenering in the yarn I was knitting. I just had. So anyway, it's fixed, and I'm glad, because that really made me sad, because I wore this a lot last winter, and I expect to wear it a lot this winter. This was my Harton. I think it was the Harton cowl by Helen Stewart, and it was my minis, my Advent minis project. One of them. I had 2 last year, and I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with my minis from Megan. From the Advent I get from Megan. I feel like the sweater I made, I'm so happy with it. And so I'm thinking I want to do something wonderful with it, because I'm very happy with this too. I wore this a lot. I wear the sweater a lot, although I can't wear the sweater because of the mohair. I can't wear it when I paint. Or so I don't put it on when I think I'm going to paint. And how many days do I think I'm going to paint when I don't actually paint? So that, I got to stop doing that. I got to start just changing if I decide to paint. And I finished my boxy, and my boxy's blocked and beautiful. But you can see, look how different the sleeves are. That last skein was so much more blue. So the around the neck and the sleeves are way more blue. Way more blue. But that's how the cookie crumbles. Anyway, there's my boxy. I'm going to do a podcast or a segment for my podcast or something about that. And try not to lose it like I did the last one. Can't remember. What that? Oh, Christie's shawl. And I didn't have it to show. I did a podcast piece for it, but I couldn't find it when the time came. I will try to be better and more organized about it this time. So anyway, it is a dreary day. I've got to give my mother-in-law a call and see how she's doing. I haven't talked to her in a while. See if she needs anything, although we're not really planning to go out and about, I don't think, although Dennis might go to the store. He was talking about going yesterday, but decided not to go in the rain. I don't know. He might need to make more yogurt, so he needs to get his special milk. He has special raw. He makes his yogurt out of raw milk that he gets from the health food store. So there you go. And I don't know what he said we were having for dinner. We had our fish stew and sushimi for dinner last night. It was delicious. We need to finish up that fish stew. And biscotti. I ate too many biscotti, as you can imagine. Surprisingly, they only have like a 1.5 net carbs. They're made with, all the carbs are in the almonds, almond flour, and then a cup of almonds. So, not too bad. Although I said, oh, maybe I should make more. And then I thought, no, I shouldn't make more. I should wait and make them another time. Calm down. but they're really good and I'm enjoying them. But I'm not having one for breakfast. I try not to eat too early. I try not to break my fast until mid-afternoon. So I will have a biscotti with my decaf tea, my decaf British tea after dinner. But that was fun. So I don't know what the food thing, I'm not sure what we're doing today. It doesn't really matter. It'll be delicious, I'm quite sure. Dennis is very excited. He has put in an order for frozen grape juice to make his next batch of wine from. He has been up till now, and he's done over 50 batches, and they are made from kits. And, you know, I mean, it's like when you buy a cross-stitch kit. You have directions, and they give you all the things you need to make the project. But, you know, how the project turns out is all about you and how you do it. So the fact that it's a kit, you know, is, you know, it's not Legos or something where you just do, and you know, anyway, I don't know how to describe what it's not, but it is real winemaking is my point. He doesn't use everything in the kit. He doesn't, you know, he doesn't use all the chemicals that they give him or whatever, because he's deciding what he wants to happen with his wine. And, you know, he's been doing his science projects, trying to figure out how much sulfite is in. I mean, he just uncorked a whole batch of wine and tested it for sulfites. And since he wants it to age, he's going to be adding a little more sulfites to that wine so it can age longer. Things like that. So he's not, you know, it's not paint by numbers, is my point. Even though it has been a kit. So he's gotten the juice and he's gotten all the additives that you use to make wine. But he's using his own formulas and so this is the first time he's buying the juice. And it's frozen. He's getting it frozen. And so he's going to be making wine from fresh pressed juice that's frozen. Anyway, it's not concentrated in any way. The juice in the kits are concentrated to some degree. So he adds filtered water to bring them to their normal strength. But anyway, so he's very excited. So he has frozen wine juice coming on Wednesday. And he's got to make it into wine relatively quickly, because otherwise it'll make itself into wine. And because we don't have a freezer, he can like keep it frozen. So he needs to process this pretty directly. So he's excited about that, and that'll be fun. I think he got a Pinot Gris. He's getting Pinot Gris juice. So we like Pinot Gris and Pinot Grigio wines. And so we'll see how that goes. That'll be exciting. He's pretty excited about it. They have a warehouse in Scranton apparently, and he's talking about maybe, you know, if he gets really crazy and wants to buy more than one, he may just drive up to Scranton, save shipping. So we may be taking a ride to Scranton at some point. Scranton made famous by the American version of The Office. So that's the big news around here. Meanwhile, I am going to go and start my day. I hope you are all well. I hope you are healthy and safe. Even on a dreary day. Even on a dreary day. I'm feeling pretty good for a dreary day. Lately, my mood has not been good on dreary days, so it's a little heartening. One of these days we're going to have to bring our limes in because it's getting chilly, although it wasn't that chilly this morning, so we shall see. Anyway, please take good care of yourselves. Please, please, please stay safe and stay